Jerry, when we take a car in on trade, or we buy one at the auction, we evaluate it. We put it through one of our inspection programs, but guess what? Every dealer in the city is going to tell you they put it through an inspection program. Most of them are safety inspections, meaning they make sure the lights work, the blinkers work, the brakes work, and that's about it.
Right.
Okay? Now, our inspection's a little bit more in depth, but then we have to put it through a motor trend inspection. It has to pass 152 points. If something doesn't pass, we have a choice. We can either fix or replace the failing part, or we can't certify it. If we can't certify it, we'll send it to the auction, or if it's an older vehicle, we'll put it on our lot as an as-is vehicle. You'll probably see some of those out there.
Right.
When we send them to the auction, I mean, dealers around town buy them, and they put them on their lot. So you may have even seen some vehicles out there, if you've been shopping at all, that did not qualify to be a motor trend vehicle. Now, everybody, again, is going to tell you they inspect them. Some of the dealers around town will even tell you they're going to put a warranty on them. That warranty will read like this. It's a 1 month, 1,000, or a 2 month, 2,000, or in extreme cases, a 3 month, 3,000 mile powertrain only warranty. Okay? Usually subject to a large deductible. In some cases, 50% of the repair. Meaning, if the engine did blow, and by the way, seals and gaskets aren't covered, they're the most likely things to fail on a vehicle. But if the engine did blow and it cost $6,000 to replace it, well, you'd be stuck. The customer would be stuck with $3,000. We guarantee ours. Okay, we guarantee with a comprehensive warranty. It's not just powertrain. It's not just powertrain plus seals and gaskets. It covers most of the mechanical workings of the vehicle, and I'll show you exactly what's covered later on.
Okay.
Subject to a small $100 deductible. It's good for 6 months or 7,500 miles. And guess what? If you plan on keeping the vehicle longer than that, and I bet you probably do, you certainly can extend it. Just check with one of our business managers when the time comes.
Cool.
Okay? So we want to explain to them. Hey, look, it has to go through not just our inspection, but a motor trend inspection. Okay? If it don't pass, we got to make a decision. Do we fix and replace, or do we send to the auction? Or do we make it an as-is vehicle? Right. But when we decide to motor trend it, we guarantee it. Right. We guarantee it with a real live warranty. Communicating the quantified value of each benefit of the store's Motor Trend certified package. How would you communicate the value of paintless dent repair to me as a customer?
Put a story into it.
Tell me the story.
Well, I mean, everybody hates the first time you go to Walmart and get a ding in the door. And,
that's true.
It happens, unfortunately, but you know, with this program, if and when it happens, you don't have to worry about the repairs.
So what's that mean to me as the customer?
Well, instead of, I mean, a couple of things actually. You're not going to have the cost of the repair. But
how much does it cost to fix a ding or a dent the size of a dime?
It depends on where you go, but anywhere from $75 to $150.
Okay, good, good. But remember, customers don't know this.
Right.
Okay, in order to really communicate value, you got to let them know that.
Mm-hmm.
They get dings and dents, they get pissed off.
Right.
Okay, but they never would imagine that it would cost $70 to $150 to fix that thing.
Right.
Okay.
And then too, I mean, when the time comes for you to trade it, you're going to have, you know, a cosmetically more attractive car, which is going to add to the value.
So that would make it worth more.
Correct.
So you're going to save me money on the variable cost of ownership with paintless dent repair, and you're going to potentially drive up my resale value.
Correct.
So if you're saving me money, driving up my resale value, you're definitely lowering my total investment in the vehicle.
That's correct.
Okay, this is what I want your salespeople to be able to say.
Okay.
Okay? I mean, they need to be able to do that smoothly, seamlessly. And I'll tell you the best place to communicate the value of paintless dent repair in just a couple minutes. Talk to me about key replacement. Well, again, as a customer.
Right, it's the same scenario. You know, you lose your keys. Golly, you know, everybody hates it, but it happens. And therefore, once again, you know, you're a phone call away from heaven. That's what this whole program is designed, is peace of mind.
Steve, have you ever lost a key?
Absolutely.
Okay, a lot of people lose keys. Most people just take really good care of that last key. They don't race down to the parts department at their nearest dealer and get the key fob, which is a mini computer,
Right.
replaced. And by the way, the little computer chip has to match up with the computer chip in the engine of the vehicle, which means there's programming involved. Any idea how much all that would cost?
It's probably $300 or $400.
Remember, most people don't know that.
Yeah.
So, and again, most people just take better care of their last key, so they don't really spend $300 or $400, but they end up paying for that key. You know how they end up paying for that key?
What do you mean?
When they trade or sell the vehicle.
No, again,
If
it's going to add value to the car.
Exactly. The more keys you have, the more valuable your vehicle.
Correct.
We're going to provide you key replacement, complimentary for 6 months. You can lose up to 2 keys during those 6 months. We hope you don't, but if you
Right.
did, we would replace them both. We'd pay for the programming.
And again, the business manager will go in more detail about it.
Because you'll definitely want to extend
Yeah.
this coverage. How many Select 6 policies in December and January do you think were upgraded to 3 or 4 or 5 year?
Well, I found out this morning, none.
Which means they're not even bringing it up. Okay? If you give me 100 people, I could say this to them.
How are they compensated for it?
All right, so key replacement drives up resale value, drives down the cost of ownership should you lose. You don't even have to lose your key. If the key malfunctions, if it runs through the washing machine, if your dog chews it, if you step on it, it's going to break it. If you run through the washing machine, it ain't going to work. We'll replace it for you. Okay? Cosmetic wheel repair. I'm going to guess 1.1% of the population has any fucking idea what that is.
That's true, but everybody does and has had the curvings and so on and so forth. And again,
Yeah.
we're talking about, cost of ownership.
Because if I curb my alloy wheel, by the way, are chrome wheels covered? The answer is no. Chrome wheels are not covered. Are hubcaps covered?
No.
No. Basically, alloy wheels are covered. If I scrape my alloy wheel going through McDonald's, and by the way, if you look at the curbs when you're going through McDonald's or any other fast food place, they're all black.
Yeah.
Okay? That's where the tires rub up against them, and I promise you, the alloy wheels are rubbing up against that curb too. But if I choose to go to the wheel doctor, and there are wheel doctors around, in fact, we have one back in our service department, how much would it cost me to get that wheel looking like new again?
$60, $75, but consumer,
Minimum of 100.
yeah,
Minimum of 100.
we got a pretty good look at it.
Okay.
But anyhow, yeah, I would say as a consumer, golly, I don't know, a couple $100.
Yeah, and I said, well, now, it could be a couple $100, more likely somewhere between 100 and 150, unless you're really trashy.
Right.
And if you have to replace the wheel, well, it wouldn't be covered with cosmetic wheel, nor would it be covered by anything else if you hit a curb.
The old pothole.
If you hit a pothole, you're covered by the road hazard coverage we provide you complimentary for 6 months. But back to cosmetic wheel. Cosmetic wheel will lower the cost of ownership, increase your resale value, because if you show up to sell someone your car or trade it in, well, whoever's going to buy it from you is going to look at the wheel, do a calculation, and subtract a couple $100 from the value.
Just like that.
I know we would when we take a trade-in, because
Right.
we're going to have to fix it, because people don't buy vehicles with scraped up wheels. We have to fix them. Road hazard. Ever had a flat tire, Jerry?
Oh, absolutely.
Ever have a flat tire when you had a perfectly good tire, but a nail went through the sidewall, or you hit something in the road, and even though the tire was perfectly good, it couldn't be repaired? How much did it cost you to replace it?
It was like $400.
How'd that make you feel?
Pretty lousy.
Well,
Pretty lousy.
for the next 6 months, you ain't gonna feel lousy. Hope you don't blow a tire, but
Yeah.
should you, we're going to replace that tire. 0 deductible. We'll replace it, pay for the mounting, pay for the balancing, pay for the whole thing. Okay? If you blow all 4 tires, we'll buy you all 4 tires. If you hit something bad enough in the road, Jerry, and you break or bend the wheel to the point where it will not hold air, we'll buy you a new wheel. Okay?
That's awesome.
It could save you $1,000, maybe even
Yeah.
more. And obviously, if all your tires match and all your wheels are the same and they all look good when you go to trade or sell, it's going to be worth more.
Mhm.
Windshield repair, how's that work?
Windshield repair, it's not going to be replaced,
No.
but if you get the nasty rock chip, it will be covered.
Okay. If you get a chip or a crack, no bigger than $50, it can be repaired as long as the chip or crack is not in the driver's line of sight. Then Tennessee law requires your insurance company to replace the windshield.
Okay.
Okay? But if it's a chip or a crack anywhere else, you just dial the 1-800 number. We'll send somebody out and they will fix that chip or crack for you. And here's what it might save you. It might save you from having to replace the windshield. Because if you do, sure, insurance is going to pay for it, but most people have a $500 deductible on the
Yeah.
comprehensive. Plus, what happens when you file a claim with your insurance
They have
company?
a tendency to go up.
Yes, they do. And roadside assistance is roadside assistance. Okay, it is just what it says it is. Instead of you having to pay AAA $7 or $8 a month for it, we're going to provide it to you complimentary for 6 months. Run out of gas, need a tow, need a jump.
All this is just peace of mind and trying to get that conveyed.
Peace of mind, but you cannot emphasize, I mean, look, are people in your market money conscious?
Sure.
They price conscious?
Yes.
They working you for discounts? They want the best? Okay, sure they do. But guess what? You are providing them a suite of products, including that warranty, that has got tremendous potential to keep money in their pocket, tremendous potential to drive up their resale value, especially if they extend the coverages. Okay?
Okay.
All right, how's the body shop deductible work?
Body shop deductibles, it will be, is that 500?
It'll pick up $250 of the deductible as long as the claim, or as long as the repair is over $1,000. And I don't think there's any such thing as a body shop repair under $1,000.
Yeah, that's very true.
So in my particular case, a couple years ago, I hit a light pole on a dealer's lot.
Oh dear.
So I took it to his body shop, and it was $3,000. I had a $500 deductible, so I paid $500. Had I bought my vehicle here and brought it back to your body shop, it would have only cost me $250. That's $250 that stays in my pocket.
Sure.
Okay, so it's real money. How's the loaner car program work?
We'll offer you courtesy transportation in the event your vehicle's ever disabled for that period of time.
Has to be kept overnight?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do I need to make an appointment?
You don't have to, it's recommended.
Because there may be a case where we don't have any more loaner cars left. So
Yeah.
it's always best to make an appointment.
Mm-hmm.
And if the vehicle's kept overnight, hey, we'll provide you a loaner car. What's that do? Saves you from a taxi cab fee or fare or a Uber
Rental
fare
car.
or a rental car. Saves you from having to find someone that can pick you up and then
Right.
bring you back. So it can save you money, but most importantly, it's really,
Convenient.
really convenient. All right? Best value guarantee.
If you found the same car,
Similar.
similar
There's
car.
no such thing as the same
Well, that's true.
used car.
Right. If you find a similar car in the marketplace for $1,000 cheaper, then we'll simply cut you a check back for those monies.
Okay. If you find a similar vehicle, and it
Year,
doesn't,
make, model, miles.
year, make, model, trim level, miles got to be in the ballpark,
Yeah.
but most importantly, and I don't say most importantly to the customer, but what you have to say most importantly is with the same benefits.
Mm.
Yeah, it's designed to eliminate the number one fear a consumer has when they walk on any dealer's lot, and that's of getting taken,
Right.
paying too much,
Mhm.
getting ripped off, however you want to say it.
Right.
And what I teach your salespeople to say, and what I have to have you teach the salespeople to say, is open up, not with "we've got a best value guarantee," but open up with, "Hey Jerry, you know, we've known for a long time that a lot of our customers have got one huge fear, and you may have that same fear. Well, I'll just ask you, you ever been afraid of paying a car dealer too much for a car?"
Well, heck yeah.
Jerry, you and about 300 million Americans have all got the same fear. What I'm about to say right now, well, I've been told it sounded like the biggest lie a car salesman's ever come up with, and you know it had to be a big lie if they said that, but in fact it's true. And what I'm going to say is it is literally impossible for you to pay too much for one of our Motor Trend certified vehicles. Now that sounds a little crazy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, Jerry, the price that we had on the internet had to be attractive or you wouldn't be here, correct?
True.
Okay. But if you're like most people, you're still not sure it's the best price you can get, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, not only is it the best price you're going to get, but we guarantee it in writing. And here's how it works. When you take delivery today, we give you 5 days to search the world over. Search any website you want to. Go to Craigslist. Go to an independent used car lot website. Go to any franchise dealer's website. Anywhere. Idaho, Finland, Malaysia. It doesn't matter. If you find a similar vehicle to the one you purchased from us today, and I mean when I say similar, it's got to be the same make, year, model, trim level. The miles have got to be in the ballpark. But if you find it advertised for a lower price, and it's got the same benefits we offer, just show us the ad, Jerry. I'll cut you a check back on the spot, cheerfully, for the difference. It is impossible for you to pay too much for one of our vehicles. And like I said, we put it in writing. Has any dealer ever told you that before?
Mm-hmm.
If you can get your salespeople to do just what I did right there, and Lord knows it ain't that complicated,
Right.
and you can get a percentage of your customers to relax just a little bit because they're not worried about paying you too much, does it increase the chances of us creating a delivery with that particular customer?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it does.
And keep your gross up.
Bingo. Look, I know how you advertise your vehicles. You advertise pre-discounted prices, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So theoretically, if I see one of your used cars online and I come over here, obviously it had to be a car or a truck I'm interested in looking at, and your price had to be pretty good, I'd be somewhere else.
True.
Okay? So I meet one of your salespeople. I like your salesperson. I like the store. They tell me about Motor Trend. That's nice. They bring me out the offer to purchase sheet, and there's the internet price right there.
Mm-hmm.
Theoretically, I should say, well, that's the price that brought me in here. Let's do business.
I wish.
Well, we need to get people to do that. All right? The customer doesn't know that we've
We're going to have to build value in the front.
Well, no, don't get me wrong. Remember, I like the car, so I'm talking about a salesperson who does a good job.
Yeah.
But I don't care how. Is the customer still going to want some other discount?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why?
That's what they're trained to.
That's what they're trained to do. Mm-hmm. They don't know that our pricing model's changed. They don't know that we now pre-discount our vehicles, where 5 years ago we had vehicles on the internet that had $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 worth of gross profit in them. They could come in and make us a stupid offer. We'd start high. We'd meet in the middle. They'd get a discount. We'd make some gross profit. They'd live happily ever after. So would we. It doesn't work that way anymore. We've got to help the customer understand that. And part of this is the best value guarantee.
Mm-hmm.
This conversation takes place early in the transaction.
That's what I was referring to.
Early, yeah. Okay, but then I'll get deeper into that in just a second. But the best value guarantee is just a cherry on top of an ice cream sundae as far as explaining to the customers how our pricing works now. Another fear, do people worry about buying the wrong car?
Yeah.
Okay, can they buy the wrong car if it's a Motor Trend certified vehicle? Why?
Because it's guaranteed. If you don't like it, bring it back.
If I don't like it, bring it back and exchange it.
Mm-hmm.
And exchange it. How long do I have?
Oh, I don't. 24 hours?
A year and a half.
Uh,
You've never paid attention to it?
yes.
It's 72 hours.
72 hours.
Okay? I can't put more than 300 miles on the
Right.
odometer. And I need to bring it back in the same condition that I took it in. I can't hit a deer
Right.
and bring it back and exchange it. Someone did that. Okay, so we had to
I'm
add that.
laughing because we have all those deers up north too.
Yeah,
I'm
Yeah,
like,
we certainly do around here.
Somebody at Riker brought it back, and they'd hit a deer, and they said, look, well, we'll fix it, we'll pay for the repair, but you know what that does to the value, well, you know what it does to the value of the vehicle. So we have to throw in now, you can't. You have to bring it back in the same
Right.
condition. All right, so we can eliminate the fear of paying too much. We can eliminate the fear of buying the wrong vehicle. And when people buy used cars, do they sometimes worry about buying somebody else's problem?
Yeah.
Okay, we can eliminate that using the inspection and the warranty.
Mhm.
Jerry, look, if you're worried about buying somebody else's problem, I don't blame you. You really should. Whenever you buy a used car, that should be a concern.
Mhm.
Let me tell you how we can eliminate that fear for you. I alluded to it earlier. We put it through a vigorous inspection program. We got to fix or replace anything that doesn't pass, but we just don't say, good luck. Then we guarantee it with a 6-month, 7,500 mile, comprehensive, limited warranty.
Right.
Now that sounds like an oxymoron, comprehensive, limited warranty. But because the feds are involved, because the U.S. government says if you put a warranty on a vehicle, no matter what it covers, you always have to call it a limited warranty. Okay?
Okay.
So, don't worry about buying too much, don't worry about buying the wrong car, don't worry about buying somebody else's problems. You can focus on the number one most important thing anyone should focus on when they're buying a car or truck, and that's picking out the right vehicle. Let's go check it out.
Right.
Okay, so we transition out of there. Now, look at number 2. Needs analysis in the early trade walk. Discovering the customer's buying motives and hot buttons. Does your sales team have a track to run on? Is there a needs analysis document that you guys use?
No.
Okay. Conducting an early active trade walk, early in the purchase engagement that accomplishes the following. All right, if take your typical salesperson.
Okay.
Customer drives up, they meet and greet them, brings them inside, and this could be, doesn't matter whether this is a Motor Trend vehicle, Kia certified, brand new Kia,
Right.
GM certified, doesn't matter. During the early initial stages of the engagement, the customer or the salesperson determines the customer does have a trade-in.
Mhm.
At what point in the process, in your process down there, does the consumer and the salesperson go visit that trade-in?
At what time or process?
Yeah, just walk.
Yeah, they're supposed to, not 100% of the time, do the
Well-
silent walk around.
Okay, the silent walk around lost its effectiveness in 1994. Okay?
Okay.
But people have been teaching it since then because they
Yeah.
just don't know any better.
Mhm.
What I'm going to explain to you is exactly the same thing as a silent walk around. The physical motions are precisely the same,
Mhm.
but it's not silent. Okay? It's active. Meaning, I walk around your car and I say, Jerry, my gosh, you've got dings and dents like everybody else in the city of Jackson, Tennessee. This is evidence that you've been to church, a restaurant, or a shopping center. Jerry, and you have to do the pensive look too.
Okay.
All right? Jerry, you may have coverage that'll fix all these dings and dents for you. And by the way, they're about 70 to 150 bucks a piece to fix.
Mhm.
But you may have coverage that'll fix all these for you at no cost, making your car worth a whole lot more. Jerry, did you happen to purchase a paintless dent repair policy when you bought this vehicle?
No, I didn't.
That's the number 2 most frequent answer. The number 1 most frequent answer is, what's that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe it.
Well, Jerry, it's a policy, I guess, for lack of a better word, insurance policy, if you will, that covers these dings and dents. I'm sorry you didn't buy one, but you know, you'll be glad to know that if you pick out one of our Motor Trend certified vehicles, shoot, we give it to you for 6 months complimentary. And you can always extend that coverage, something you really should consider. Now, what have I just done right there?
Well, you've devalued the car.
Did I say a bad word about it?
No.
I devalued the car. What else?
You agreed with them. And then you've opened up the opportunity for F&I.
And I created value in the Motor Trend certified
Yeah.
vehicle. So I do 3 positive things in 5 sentences.
Mm-hmm.
And I never say a bad word about the customer's car. Jan, how many keys to this car do you have?
One.
Now you gotta get the sad face.
Oh,
Jan, where are the other keys? You should have gotten 2 key fobs and a valet key.
Well, I had two. Both my kids were home at Christmas time, and one disappeared.
No way you can find it?
I've been emailing them, texting them.
Okay, and there's a reason I'm asking. Wait a minute, did you happen to purchase a key replacement policy when you bought that vehicle?
what is that?
Yeah.
What is that? Right.
No.
No? Okay. You know what? You know, a lot of people buy coverages and then forget about them. Sometimes people buy them and don't even know they bought them. Do you happen to have the paperwork from your previous purchase in your glove compartment?
Some of it, yes.
I tell you what, if you'll grab it for me, I'll do 2 things for you. We do this for all of our customers that have got the paperwork handy. I'll go through it, see if you've got any coverages that could potentially increase the value of your trade-in, and I'll look for coverages that by law in the state of Tennessee, you're due a cash refund. Would you grab that paperwork for me?
Sure.
Who's not going to grab it?
Yeah, everybody is.
Everyone's going to grab it.
If I can get
Okay.
money back.
Yeah.
By the way, I've probably done this maybe 35 or 40 times with real life customers. I've never found anything within the paperwork that would make their vehicle worth any more. From time to time, I'll find a service contract.
Yeah.
But unless there's a problem with the vehicle, it's not going to help the value of the vehicle. And I'll explain how I explain service contracts in a second.
Right.
But often, I'm going to say 25, maybe 30% of the time, I find gap that they can cancel. I'll find something that they can cancel. And we end
You're
up...
the hero.
The salesman becomes a big-time hero because
Yeah.
they help the customer find cash. How many salespeople in the city of Jackson do you think know to do that?
No.
Very few, very few, very few. So, you don't have any key replacement. All right, the reason I was so doggone hoping you would is because those keys, have you ever paid to replace a key, Jan?
Well, yeah, I called to see how much they were.
And you decided not to buy one,
hang
didn't
on to
you?
the one I have.
Okay. You know what? Most people do just exactly what you did. But the problem with that is they end up paying for that key when they trade or sell the vehicle. Literally, your car is worth more based on the number of keys that you have. The more keys you have, the more your vehicle's worth. Key replacement comes with our Motor Trend certified vehicles, 6 months complimentary, and if you plan on keeping that vehicle longer than 6 months, I strongly suggest you look into extending it.
Okay.
Okay? See, again, I'm not trashing the car.
Mhm.
Jerry, do you have a service contract on your vehicle?
On the car? No, I don't.
Okay. You don't buy service contracts?
No, I normally trade them every couple of years.
Okay. Well, a lot of people don't buy service contracts. But when they do, at this point, when you're looking to trade or sell a car, 2 things happen if you've got a service contract. Both good for you. Number one, they're going to appraise this later on. They're going to take a deep dive into the mechanical condition of the vehicle. If they find an issue, chances are a service contract would have fixed that vehicle for you at no cost, making your car worth more. And if your car's perfect like we hope it is,
Yeah.
well, shoot, by the laws of the state of Tennessee, you'd be due a refund. Something you should really consider with your next vehicle.
Same thing there too.
You see where I'm going with this? This is not a silent walk around, is it?
No.
No. But by the way, I'm doing exactly the same stuff we would be doing. I mean, I was taught the silent walk around in 1983. Okay? Literally, by 94, it lost its impact. I mean, it was, touching the, I mean, nobody was a better actor than I was. But I learned in the last 8 or 9 years that the more you engage your customer in conversation about their vehicles, the more you educate them about how little things make a big difference in the value.
Yeah.
Hey, you got 3 Michelins and a Goodyear. Okay? Those are all nice tires. But I'm going to bet this Goodyear is on here because you blew the Michelin and you didn't want to come up with the money to replace with the Michelin because you're going to trade it in. Am I right?
You're exactly right.
It means you didn't have tire and wheel coverage, right?
What's that?
No, because if they had tire and wheel coverage, it would have replaced it with a Michelin. And it would have made your car worth more because now we're going to have to put a Michelin on there. Okay? Again, the Goodyear's a great tire, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But the tires have to match. All right? You obviously didn't have tire and wheel, by the way, that comes with our Motor Trend certified vehicles complimentary for 6 months. You can always extend that coverage. You see how this, if you look at the big picture, Jerry, Motor Trend certified will help you hold on the trade. And that's for, but if you as a manager don't make it happen on every deal, that it's applicable.
Right.
Obviously, there's no trade, you can't do it. Nothing changes. I told John and I told Sam this, maybe you were in the room. Yeah, you were in the room. Look, I can educate your salespeople. And by the way, I've been here often enough, a lot of them can do this stuff damn near as well as I can. All right?